Given the United States' multiculturalism and the sheer number of first-generation immigrants born in the country every single day, the makeup of the men's national team has always been one of the most diverse rosters in all of football. From Claudio Reyna, whose parents immigrated from Argentina, or Josie Altidore, whose parents immigrated from Haiti, or even Clint Dempsey, whose roots can be traced back to Ireland, the USMNT has always featured players with foreign backgrounds. As a result, many players within the pool must choose between representing the United States or the country of their ancestors. Unfortunately, in the early 2000s, this meant that most players with passports from prestigious footballing countries like Giuseppe Rossi with Italy and Thomas Delaney with Denmark would turn down USMNT call-ups and instead choose to play for the country of their parents. Now, that's not to say historically the USMNT has never been able to recruit dual national players. That's simply not the case. John Brooks and Aaron Johansson are prime examples of this. However, it's important to note that Brooks only chose to represent the USMNT after he saw Germany's depth at center back, and Johansson turned down Iceland's program when Icelandic football was nothing more than an afterthought on the world stage. Not too long ago, the way USMNT dual national recruitment panned out was like this. Lose out on the players who are good enough to play for elite countries and bring in the players who simply aren't good enough for those elite countries. And then do your best to get players from comparable countries like Mexico. However, in 2018, when one of the most highly rated dual nationals in the USMNT player pool, Jonathan Gonzalez, filed a one-time switch to represent Mexico despite having represented the US throughout his career, everything changed. Losing Gonzalez hurt the federation's image, which at the time was already suffering because of the embarrassing 2018 World Cup qualification failure. Luckily, this loss turned out to be the catalyst the US needed in order to revolutionize its approach to recruiting dual nationals. The US Soccer Federation set out to replace its passive recruiting style with a much more active approach, a la Nick Saban if you will. And while it's still early days, the results since losing Gonzalez have been exceptional, with two watershed moments, the recruitment of Serginho Dest and the recruitment of Yunus Musa coming in less than a year. Now, with the news that Efrain Alvarez could potentially be rejoining the US's program after having played with Mexico for the past couple of years, it's clear that no player, regardless of ancestry or prior allegiance, is out of reach anymore, which bodes well for the program's efforts to recruit some of the dual nationals that the US is currently trying to court. Of course, the USMNT is not going to win every potential recruit, that's just not realistic. But now, unlike with Rossi and Delaney, we've at least got a fighting chance.